Oh, I have the power. You have the power. Oh, we got the power, because today we gonna talk about a line that really harkens back to my childhood, and that is Masters of the Universe. They back at it again, y'all, with those reveals. I mean, it feels like maybe a few months ago or maybe a year ago, Mattel just dumped like what 5,000 figures on us in one day. We're getting that again, folks. So we got like a number of reveals from both the Masterverse side of things as well as from another line that I feel is replacing Origins. So that's going to be pretty interesting. We'll talk about all that later. We got a lot of Masters of the Universe figures to talk about, folks. And there was a lot that was revealed at San Diego Comic-Con that had me really hyped and excited. Shame on me, I did not dedicate a video to Masters of the Universe. There was just so much going on. I tried to put it into other videos, but man, HeMan is near and dear to my heart, and I got to do better by HeMan. There is a lot of Masterverse videos coming up on this channel, folks, so stay tuned. I got a huge video coming up for Masterverse, y'all. So we're going to talk about the reveals, folks, and keep in mind, folks, that all of the reveals that we are going to talk about today are available for pre-order on various online outlets such as BigBadToyStore, Entertainment Earth, Amazon. We're going to kick this thing off with the most powerful man in the universe, right? My main man, HeMan. So they revealed from the Masterverse side of things the battle armor HeMan from the Masterverse Revelation series. So I guess that he's going to wear the battle armor at some point in part 2 of the Revelation series that is supposed to be coming out, folks. I saw the little clip they had of HeMan and his father fighting what seemed to be like a version of Skeletor or something like that. I don't know, y'all. I'm not even going to touch that. You know, we'll see how that series goes for the Revolution side of things. The animation looks phenomenal as usual. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Fool me once, fool me twice, you know, all that good stuff. It's interesting to see him don the battle armor in that series. And it seems like they wanted to give us an action figure with that. And I'm all in, folks. This head sculpt on this HeMan really looks like something that Hordak X would put out. And he is his team makes custom head sculpts for Masterverse figures or Masters of Universe figures. So this is like something that his team would do, and they are on Instagram, folks. I mean, they're well known throughout the collective community, man. I mean, they do some excellent work. This HeMan looks phenomenal, man. I love him. You know, I know the Masterverse Revelation HeMan got a lot of flack about maybe looking a little too goofy. You know, as you see, I have him here on top of Battle Cat, and this guy was actually one of my very first reviews on the channel. He was an early review on the channel, but a lot of people, including myself, wasn't too thrilled about his head scope. I warmed up to it, so I'm cool. I see what they were doing, but we are getting another HeMan. He has more of an animated look to him, but I love the serious face sculpt that they're giving him. Love how the hair lays, the color of his hair on point, man. And I just like that determined look that he has. He has that real I am the most powerful man in the universe look to him, and I love it, folks. So he comes with a few accessories. He comes with the battle armor. He has the swap out plate for that battle armor. So if you want him to be in that damage mode, you can swap that out, it seems. He comes with another pair of hands to swap out, and he also is packaged with his battle axe. So it's interesting that this HeMan doesn't come with a power sword, because we always get power swords all over the place with our HeMan figures. You know, he's in the same garb and costume that we know HeMan to come in. Up next, folks, we have yet another popular character from the HeMan mythos, and he's based off the Revolution series, that part 2, and that is the Techno Skeletor. So this Skeletor here is more of a techno version of the Skeletor character. I don't know how well this figure will be received. It looks kind of weird. I have no interest in this figure here. It just really doesn't do anything for me. And I'm not a big fan of the whole Techno Skeletor. He comes with a head accessory and an alternate hand part. So you can swap out his hand, much like a trap jaw or something like that. So we have the Techno version of Skeletor. And up next, we're going to talk about some new Eternia figures. So we have some characters that was released within that Revelation line that now we're seeing in New Eternia. We're going to start this thing off with Tri-Klops. Now, Tri-Klops is hands down one of my all-time favorite characters within the Masters of the Universe lore. And this guy looks pretty awesome, y'all. I mean, I like this costume. I like the fact that they're giving us a huge a switch up from the one that we do have now. This is the Masterverse Revelation version of Tri-Klops, which is really the classic looking Tri-Klops, though you also had that option to have them in a classic form as well, or you can have them in the techno people form, garb or whatnot. So I don't know. When I first saw that they were revealing this Tri-Klops, I was like, I don't know if I need them. But now looking at how this guy looks, and he has some sort of a metallic paint that's used for his harness. I like the designs of the costume that are on the little strap that's across his chest. I love the designs of around his eyes, man. So this gives you a bit of a different take, a look on Tri-Klops. So think I'm gonna dive in on this one, folks. I mean, it's just like at first I was like, I don't need a Tri-Klops, but you know, gonna get them. So Tri-Klops comes with the alternate pair of hands, 2 swords, and a swappable head accessory. So I guess you can swap out the little spinning eye thing that is attached to his head. But again, very impressed with New Eternia. Can't say enough about how great this line is and how it really stands out among everything that we have right now. For me, it's Masterverse and it's McFarlane, DC Multiverse, and then you got G.I. Joe Classified. I mean, all three are on fire. I mean, it's just like, man, a knockout, drag out fight between all of them. I'm not putting them against one another. It's just so fun as a fan to have these 3 lines doing what they're doing, and get what you get with the Masterverse line. Big figures like this for a feasible price. I mean, I still have not reviewed the Whiplash character, but you're getting characters like this for $20-something. You know, you can't beat that, man. And yet we get another character that we received from the Masters of the Universe Revelation line, and that is Trapjaw. Now, this Trapjaw is the New Eternia version of Trapjaw. Very interesting take and look for this character here. He looks crazy, y'all, and I love it. Love that crazy look in his eyes. He has the classic Trapjaw, mechanical jaw. Love the mechanical arms. Gotta always capture that green Trapjaw utility belt that he utilizes to, you know, house all of his various weapons and attachments. Seems like this guy also comes with a sword as well. He has all the classic Trapjaw colors, yet it's still, this one is a little bit more vibrant than this one. This one has the bit of a darker blue deco, whereas this new one for the New Eternia line is more of a lighter paint deco, which always appeals to me. And shout out to New Eternia for their new packaging. And if you have not seen it, folks, they displayed their packagings for their figures at San Diego Comic-Con, and man, it looks beautiful. Phenomenal artwork wrapped around the packaging, and you still get the window display, you know, area for your figure, so you can still see the figure, but you're also treated to artwork all around the packaging. Up next, folks, we're going to talk about the Man-at-Arms figure. So we're getting yet another Man-at-Arms. Now, this one here, folks, I don't think I'll be diving into this one. I might, for the simple fact that with this one, you can give them the more veteran, older version of Man-at-Arms with the Tom Selleck mustache, or you can give him the more younger, youthful looking Man-at-Arms without the mustache. And yet another thing that I like is that he has his vintage mace, but it detaches at the top and it has a chain attached to the end. So I like that as well. So these little accessories and the things that you get, the head swaps, and it seems also that you can remove his helmet, which is something that we've never gotten with a Man-at-Arms figure. I've never gotten that before. So there's so many elements with accessories, you know, the 2 different types of Man-at-Arms that you can have that really appeals to me. So I may dive into this one, folks, and that'll make 3 Man-at-Arms from the Masterverse line that I have. As you see, I have the very first version that they released. I reviewed this guy. It's up on the channel. Then we have the other version of Man-at-Arms that I also reviewed, which gives you more of that older Duncan, and it gives you more of that guy that was retired, but he comes back out of retirement. So I have that up on the channel. So for Man-at-Arms, it comes with the alternate head part, 2 helmets, alternate pair of hands, chest piece, and 2 weapons. So more likely I'm going to dive into this Man-at-Arms. Not a fan of the face sculpt. It looks a little generic to me. Maybe when I see him in person, you know, I might change my mind. All right, up next, folks, we have yet another really exciting release, folks. Probably one of my most favorite reveals, and that is Mechan. So we're getting a Masterverse, a New Eternia Mechan. From the promo images, there seems to be a metallic paint that's used for the figures. I mean, all from Meganet's battle harness to his arms, the legs, his entire costume has a bit of a glossy shininess to it. Overall, man, this Meganet looks awesome. And I love the fact that we're giving a shield for this character. So he has this classic, mace that he utilizes, but he also has a shield that has a nice design to it as well. Now, the one thing that I really don't like with Mechaneck that Mattel is doing, I feel like they're being a little lazy with action features. That's the one thing that always made Mechaneck so exciting is getting a figure that can extend his neck when you turn them, or maybe even if they're given a little button to where you press the button down, extends his neck, or you can flip it up and extend his neck. You just don't have an action feature with this Mechaneck. And that was the one draw for me. So really disappointed that we're getting yet another attachment for his head, though I like the fact that it seems like it may be articulated much like the Masters of the Universe Origin Mechaneck. I did like the articulation, though I just do not like the fact that we're not getting the action features with Mechaneck. So we got Mechaneck coming out. All right, up next we have yet another one, man, that I'm really happy and excited for this actress because she was a part of one of my all-time favorite movies, and that is the live-action version of Masters of the Universe. And to this day, I just love that movie. There's a lot of things that you didn't get, but there's so much that it gave. So we're getting a Evil-Lynn, and I'll tell you, man, this looks pretty cool. So, I will most definitely be diving into this Evil-Lynn character. Really happy for this actress. I believe she will be voicing somebody in the Revolution series for the Masters Universe, so that's exciting as well. It seems like she comes with a cosmic key that's translucent. That's cool. I think they captured her face sculpt really well. The eyes, she seems like she always had those really baby blue eyes. So they captured that little evil look that she had to her. And again, man, she nailed that role in that He-Man live action movie. So she has two pairs of hands, the cosmic key, and that's it. So really excited for this Evil-Lynn. Most definitely will be diving in. Hopefully we'll get more figures from that movie. It seems like they're trickling in more. Speaking of He-Man film, we got a 2-pack that was a huge surprise to me, and that I will most definitely dive into, and that's the Masters Universe Masterverse Orko and Gwildor exclusive 2-pack. Now, this seems to be the Orko that we got towards the end of the Revelation series. Really nice design and costume for Orko. A bit of a switch up from the sad looking one that we were given in that what was that? Savage He-Man 2-pack. So I like this one. It seems like he has some translucent energy or magic effects around him. That's a nice touch as well. Very interesting. Gwildor, I love that character, and I loved him in that live action movie. He was just like, that was my guy, man. He just made that, he gave that movie so much heart. And so I'm happy that we're getting a Gwildor. Seems like he's coming in with a power sword that has some sort of gradient to the sword. So that's really cool. So we got Gwildor coming up. Gwildor is packaged with a staff, cosmic key, and a power sword. And then last but not least, we have the Sorceress Tilla. The Sorceress Tilla thing in the Master Universe lore, we all knew that was her story. Overall, I think she looks great. I mean, I think this looks pretty cool. This is another figure that I will not dive into. I don't care for a Sorceress Tilla. For those of you who want to dive into this Sorceress Tilla, I understand that. I think you're going to get a pretty cool figure. The costume looks pretty awesome. She comes with this pretty much the same staff that you have here with Sorceress, that white staff that she has. It is her mother, and so it looks pretty cool. She comes with alternate pairs of hands and a staff. And folks, up next, we're going to talk about a wave of figures that was revealed at Comic-Con that, man, it has me so excited because it's just right up my alley, man. And that is the Masters of the Universe Origins Filmation version of the He-Man character. So, when I first saw this, I was like, okay, so as the Filmation wave of characters and figures, will that replace the Origins line? Because there was so much talk about Origins going away and everything. So I'm really wondering if this Filmation version of figures, if it really sells well and it's received well from the collector community, will that ultimately replace Origins, or will it replace Origins at some point? I don't know. We'll see. But it seems to be a sub line from Origins. So we're getting, a Filmation version of He-Man. Overall, I got to say this, folks. I like how smooth these figures look from the Filmation side of things. They really capture that cartoon design that we were given back in the 80s with that He-Man cartoon. So they definitely capture that. With this He-Man, I feel they captured enough of how he looked in that Filmation series, but just not necessarily on point. I think Super 7 nailed it, and I think even the Origins line, they did nail it when they did that, when they tried to release that 4-pack for a high price on Mattel. I don't think this is the same He-Man that was sold in that Filmation pack that Mattel had put out a little bit ago. But I think they captured enough of He-Man with this figure here. And what's interesting for this He-Man is he comes with 2 power swords. So I don't know. I think this is a power sword that's based off the 2000X series. I'm not sure what that other power sword is based off. Honestly, the standard power sword looks awesome. He comes with the little sheath that he carries in his back. It really harkens back to the Filmation series. Yeah, so we got He-Man here, and he comes with the power sword and the figure. The more I look at the promo images, the more I am convinced that they did capture that Filmation look for this figure here. So I'm really excited about this. I will go all in on this Filmation wave of figures, folks. For me, I would be cool if they did replace the Origins line, because I'm all right with that. I feel like we've gotten a lot already, or so much already from Origins, and I feel like I wouldn't mind them going, okay, we're gonna focus on the Filmation figures from here on out, because there's so much that they can do with the Filmation side of things. Because for me, growing up as a kid, I wanted my figures to look the way it looked in the cartoon. And nowadays, as adult collectors, we're getting that now. We're getting our figures. Our figures are really looking like they do in the cartoon, from the Super 7 side of things, from the various lines that's out right now. So I'm cool with this Filmation side of figures moving forward and seeing what they do with it. All right, so we got He-Man. So where there's He-Man, there got to be Skeletor ready to cause some trouble. So we do get a Skeletor from the Filmation side of things, and this guy looks fantastic as well. Again, very smooth, colorful, vibrant looking figure. Even though he's a bad guy, they were able to capture that Filmation, aesthetic, man. And I like that. So Skeletor looks cool. Love the yellow that's utilized for his head sculpt. So this Skeletor here is packaged with his Habit Staff, a power sword, and it seems to be 2 masks. I don't know if these are like magical artifacts, but he has these 2 masks that he's packaged with as well. I don't know if that harkens back to an episode from the Masters Universe series from the 80s. I'm thinking maybe so. But he has these 2 masks that he's packaged with. But I like the mask accessories that is packaged with him. So that's pretty cool. And then up next, we have Trap Jaw. So we got Trap Jaw again. So we got all these Trap Jaws all over the place. There's Trap Jaws everywhere. But we got the Filmation version of Trap Jaw again. Very vibrant, very smooth character. Love the blues, the reds, and the greens that's used for him, man. Of course, he's going to come with some accessories to attach to his arm, or swap out to his arm. He comes with a swappable, blaster gun that you can attach to his arm. And it seems like he also has a sort of a blast effect that you can tab at the end of his blaster. So you got Trap Jaw coming again. I'm excited about this Filmation wave of figures. So really excited about that, folks. And then up next, we also have yet another Filmation reveal, and that is none other than Teela, man. So this Teela, from the promo images, folks, this looks phenomenal. I want this head sculpt on a Masterverse figure. That's just how much I love this Teela. Very impressed with this Filmation version, folks. Hopefully we'll get something like this from New Eternia. Definitely connects with me in terms of that, capturing that Filmation aesthetic. And Teela comes with a sword, shield, and some sort of a mechanical training bot. So they're trying to really tap into the little episodes or items that are winks at certain episodes, much like Super 7. Super 7, they're always giving us, different accessories that really harken back to a specific episode. So I think they're doing that with this Filmation version, and I really like that as well. So really like that angle with this, but she really looks like Tila from the animated series, folks. So we got Tila coming up, and then we also have the figure that I really feel, along with Tila, really represents the greatness of this Filmation line. I mean, I really like what they're doing, folks, with this Filmation wave of figures, and that is Beastman. This Beastman is hands down one of, if not the best, just from promo images alone. This looks like classic Filmation Beastman all over, man. Love the colors, the different hues of orange, that blue, that pops, man. He has the grimace, the classic smooth designs that's utilized for these characters really speak to me, man. So this Beastman is packaged with a sword, which is cool, his classic vintage whip, and also some sort of a blaster device. So overall, we're getting some really cool accessories with these Filmation figures. All right, folks, so that is a wrap on the Filmation pre-order reveals. Mattel also revealed that they will be re-releasing some Masters of the Universe Origin figures, starting with the She-Ra Princess of Power character. Now, this harkens back to the old She-Ra that we had back in the day, in the 80s. I didn't have her. My sister had She-Ra. I collected that one guy that had the bow and arrow. But yeah, we're getting a re-release of She-Ra. We're also getting the Mer-Man character as well. He'll be re-released. And last but not least, we'll also be given my main man, Zodak. So it's interesting that we're getting these three figures as re-releases. Maybe Mattel realizes that certain collectors or many collectors out there may have missed out on these particular characters. So I like that. That's cool. As a collector myself, as you can see, I've missed out on many of figures, and I wish that they would re-release them. So that's cool that they're re-releasing these characters. Maybe we'll get more from the Origins line as we go on, pretty sure, as we release this. But folks, that's all I have for this episode. I mean, there's just so much to really get hyped for and to be excited for when you talk about Mattel and Masters of the Universe. I mean, this is near and dear to my heart, folks. I'm sorry if this video went a little longer than you may have wanted it to, but there's just so much to talk about and so much to dive into. I'm excited for what's to come. You know, we're getting another dumpster truck of figures that's on the way. As you see, I have Clawful here on the table. I also have Whiplash. He's going to be a part of this big Masters of the Universe video I got coming up. He's in the background. He's going to be a part of it. So I have a huge Masters of the Universe video coming up, folks, and these characters will be a part of it. We also have Ram-Man as well. My main man, Ram-Man, he's going to be a part of it. We have my boy, Clamp Champ. So we got a lot of figures that we're going to go through and review along with these characters, folks. So you don't want to miss that. Be sure to ring that bell for all notifications so that you don't miss any of my videos, folks. And don't forget to comment below. Let me know, what do you think about all these reveals? I mean, are you all in? Are you in the fence? Are you going to dive into some but not all? Or are you kind of thinking and seeing what you want to do? Or do you not even care? You're like, I don't care about all this. Let me know in the comments. Also, folks, don't forget, again, ring that bell for all notifications. I got a lot of content coming, folks. I've been working like a madman on content, so bear with me. Stay tuned. Also, folks, don't forget to what? Yep. Like, share, and subscribe. If you did already, I truly appreciate it. And, folks, don't forget that I am on social media with Twitter and Instagram. So if you have those outlets, be sure to give me a follow. And also be sure to check out my community tab. I'm always posting news and updates there, folks. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much for all your support. Stay tuned for more content, folks. I got a lot of exciting content coming your way, so stay tuned. And until next time, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. And until next time, bye for now.